Hello guys and welcome. Now today it's going to be a short video. I'm just going to show you 3 tricks to navigate some difficulties that arose from update v29. Some of them might be fixed shortly, but let's get to it. So the first one is that we lost the time tab. Okay, and that kind of sucks, but let's do a slot here. Okay, let's do 20, and let's say that this is 25, and let's say that this is the midpoint here. Okay, now if I wanted to extrude this as midplane, I would do the time tab in v29. But here it doesn't work, so let's see what we can do. Let's start the extrude command. The depth is highlighted, so if I say 12, the depth changes. How do I get to the midplane now? Okay, so if I go Shift Tab, which funnily enough was the tie tab, once, twice, 3, 4 times. Now I have my dotted lines, the highlight in window menus, over the midplane, and if I hit the space bar, I selected it. And I hit enter, it does nothing. Trick is, I need to go Shift Tab twice more to take the highlight away from these type icon buttons, and then the enter works. So that is a mess, right? You cannot use that. That's not practical. But remember that we had the imprinting macro, right? Which is a huge time saver for me. So could we turn this one into a macro? Yes, we could. Come with me. So I'll fire up my Logitech software for my mouse, and I will assign a command to this button. I'll assign a new command. I want a multi-key command, and I will name it time tab because that seems appropriate. So as soon as I start recording now, what it will do is it will track my keystrokes, and every time I click on that button on my mouse, it will redo them. So I start recording and I go Shift Tab once, twice, 3, 4 times. What do I do then? Space. Okay, I've selected midplane, and then 1, 2, enter. Stop recording, hit OK. It's created and assigned the tie tab move to this button. Okay, let's try that again. So let's say that I am inside the sketch. I fire up my extrude command, click on the button, and sure enough, this is a midplane extrude. Now, if I want to do the same for the cut extrude, which was the exact same thing with a tie tab move, the exact same tie tab move in a cut extrude did through all, right? Well, now, if I perform the tie tab move, I won't use the macro, I'll do it manually. I'll say, okay, minus 12. I'm cool with that. So I go Shift Tab once, twice, 3, 4 times. It also selects midplane. Okay, if I hit my space bar. The problem now is that if I go Shift Tab, enter, my enter doesn't work. So the problem here is that this doesn't work. This doesn't cut through all for extrude cut. I need a different macro for extrude cut. So I'll open up my mouse again, and you know what? I'll change. I'll assign. You know what? Let me find the tie tab. I will assign it to this button. I will unassign it from this one. Okay. And here I'm going to create a new command, multi-key again, and I'll call it the tie cut. Not ideal, I know, but trust me, this is going to work. I'll start recording, and I do once, twice, 3, 4, 5 times this time. Spacebar, 1, 2, enter. Stop recording and hit OK. And now this button does the tie tab, this button does the tie cut. Let's try that. So I selected this and I go Shift Cut, right? And I click on that button and it cut through all. You can clearly see it cut through all. And if I edit my extrude cut, you see that it is through all. Okay, and we already saw the tie tab move. So you can get that same functionality by using a mouse, by using a macro on a gaming mouse. Of course, you could do the exact same thing with AutoHotKey for your keyboard in Windows, right? And assign it to a particular key that you're not already using as a hotkey. And that's how I handle the death of the tie tab. I guess I'm still at the denial phase. Not funny, dark jokes aside, there is a lot of talk by Alibre themselves that they want to address this somehow. Maybe by having hotkeys that will work inside the extrude commands, which actually is going to provide even more power to the user, right? So watch this space. But until then, these are great workarounds. Now let's start another part, and I'm going to make a hexagon here, right? Okay, this is a hexagon. Let's apply it. Let's fully define it. I mean, just let's fully define it. Yeah, 40 millimeters sounds fine. And I extrude that. I'm not going to tie tab. Well, why not? There you go. I tie tabbed it. Okay, let's say now that I want to sketch on this surface, right? But I want to imprint it, okay? As I did in V28 with my macro, which doesn't work anymore. So let's see how we can fix that. Let's open the sketch, okay? And I will click on what I want imprinted first, and then I'll click project to sketch, okay? So I've already played with this a little bit. What you get right out of the box in Alibre is this. Maintain association is unchecked. You get figure. But what I want to do is to be creating reference lines. It's very easy for me to change it to geometry if I need to do so, because I have a hotkey assigned to change to geometry. So what I'll do is I'll click reference here. I'll click maintain association, and I'll click this button, which is new for V29, and I'll say set default, and I'll hit OK. And sure enough, I got my projection. But look at what happens now. If I click on this again and do Shift+P, everything is set back to the way I wanted it, as set default. So I just need to hit enter, and I just imprinted it. So guys, for a very important workflow, which was extrude midplane, we lost a keystroke combo that performed it, but I think we gained one. Right? And let's try that again. Let me select this face. I do Shift+P, enter, and I'm imprinted. Let's do this face now, right? Shift+P, enter. So the way you do imprinting now is a lot easier. You just do Shift+P and you hit enter, right? I will remind you that first of all, you need to set the project to sketch as you want it. And actually, you can actually be projecting figures if you wish so. I find it more valuable to be projecting references and maintaining association. So you check maintain association, you check references, then you hit set default, and then you hit OK. And the next time you open it up, it will remember it. So if I want to try that again, I hit this face, Shift+P, enter. And it doesn't only work like that. Let's say I want to bring this edge in. Instead of using this menu, which I really don't like, I don't like these skinny buttons. I have some FPS background. I'll have you know, I was the #1 ranked sniper in Section 8. And if you know the PlayStation 3 game Section 8, Matthew, is that you? So now what I can do is I can click on the edge, Shift+P, enter, and I brought it. A lot cleaner, a lot quicker. Love it. That's tip number 2. Okay, for tip number 3, we're in an assembly, right? And let's say now that I start assembling this thing, and I'll just say that this edge and this edge will get a fastener constraint, and I want to flip the orientation. Again, I would prefer this as a square button rather than a very thin strip, but I'm sure we will get quick iterations on these menus because they are a lot easier to change now. And now I need a coaxial here. And now this mount and this motor are as one. I will turn on my references here, and I will say that I want a reference plate of this mount over here. It's good. I want this to be centered with this. Okay, that's good. I want this to be centered with this. Oh, that's good. But then I think, oh no, I didn't want that was so fake. I didn't want that these planes to be coincident. I wanted this face to be on the YZ plane of the assembly, right? So this is the YX plane from the motor mount, and I remove it. What happened? Both of them are gone. Well, this is a bug. I'm sure it'll get fixed very soon. But watch this. Here, you still have the YZ plane selected. And if I go ahead and just click on the new face that I wanted, it just reappears. So this is a graphical bug. When you go and remove selected items, it's not both of them that get lost. I just wanted to show you guys that this happens. You just select your new reference and it'll come back, and you will be good to go. So that's number 3. I hope these are helpful to help you get to grips with V29. I'm sure these suboptimal workflows will be taken care of relatively quickly. I mean, these are the guys that gave us a slot tool when me and Ty requested it for speed modeling competitions. I'm sure they can fix this. They are the superstars. So I hope you liked this video. Click like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.